Do people still actually go inside the telephone booths in London and actually make a phone call? Because I thought no one uses them. I thought it was only to put ads for prostitutes and to take pictures for Instagram. Edgar Wright, you know better. You're from the UK. Oh yeah, the review. Yes, let's talk about it, shall we? Hi guys, it's Stephen Geekface. I'm back again with another review for yourself here today, which is for the film called Last Night in Soho, directed by Edgar Wright, who I'm actually a big fan of. Films like Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, Hot Fuzz, Baby Driver, and so on and so on. He's done so many classic movies that I've grown up on and enjoyed, and he's got another one that landed this week. I saw it early though. Saw it at the London Film Festival. I saw the trailer for this. Really enjoyed every moment of it. From what I saw, I love that it was going down a very horror, like mystery, ghost, and I'm a fan of mystery and horror. So win-win for me. And it's set in London, so another win for me as well. So without going into any spoilers, this film is about a fashion student who moves to London, stays in this apartment, starts to have these weird dreams that lead into a really dark mystery. Anyone who knows me knows I'm a big fan of horrors, I'm a big fan of mysteries. So how does this film do? There are some really cool visuals in this movie, especially some of the scenes take place in this, Brit pop 60s in London and in the centre and everywhere. And it's really glossy. I really love the way it's been shot. There's some really cool effects with mirrors. This seems to be the year for mirrors. We've had films like Candyman who did a really good effect with mirrors, and they have one here as well, and I absolutely love the way it's shot. This film is humorous as well. There's some jokes that's going to make people laugh, especially if you're from London. There's a joke about moving from north to south and how far it is, and I think everyone who is from London can relate. Even though it seems small, it seems far away at the same time. This film is not exactly scary. It is creepy, has some really chilling moments, but if you're expecting big horror moments or jump scares, it's barely in this movie at all. That doesn't say you're not going to still have a good time of the really creepy moments in this movie. This film has a really cool soundtrack, really based in some of the songs from the 60s, and instead of just having Edgar Wright's playlist in this movie, the music actually goes with the film with certain scenes, so that was always good. And I was like, okay, we're going into our Cilla Black vibe in this, all right, let's go. A little bit of Cilla Black. For those who know about Cilla Black, shout out to Blind Date back in the day. But yeah, soundtrack really good in this movie. The performances I really loved in this movie as well. Thomasin McKenzie, who played the lead, really enjoyed the performance in this. She plays this very timid girl, and you follow her in this journey and this mystery. And I like the way she had some really you felt for her in this movie. She was very scared, and you felt the tension in the movie. Anya Taylor-Joy, who plays this character, which I won't say who, I really loved her performance as well. She had this Marilyn Monroe vibe in the movie, and I just loved it, especially when it was all set in the 60s. So this other character, which I won't say, had this really intense scene, and it involved the police. And when that happened, I gripped my chair and I was like, oh, here we go again. This happens, I know where this is going, you better get out. And the character did something that was very clever. And I was like, yes, I would have done the same thing as well. You get out of there as quick as possible. I'm trying not to spoil the movie. In terms of the pacing of the movie, very good pacing. I really loved the first half of the movie. The first half was very intriguing. There was like I said, there's a ghost vibe, there's a mystery vibe. I just loved all the vibes that was in this movie. The film kind of leads down a road of we are having a particular message, especially in the times we're in, especially with the Me Too movement. And you feel like, okay, let's go in there, let's go. And then it tries to do this twist, and it doesn't work at all. It really ruins the whole story. the people who you thought were the victims ain't the victims, and that just took me out. And I thought it was a big insult, especially when you find out that, you know, half the writers by Edgar Wright was a female writer on this film, and I was like, is this your writer or is this Edgar Wright? And it's another Edgar Wright movie where the ending just falls apart, and it really took me out of the film. I was just questioning, why was this film made besides the visuals? And yeah, the mystery, it's not a great mystery, unfortunately, but some may like it. I didn't like it. I think there'll be a group of people who don't yeah, there'll be a group of people who don't like the ending of this movie. And yeah, it was just it's a bit insulting when I think about it more. And yeah, it doesn't work. It really doesn't work. I still had a good time, especially with that first half and all the performances there. I think you should still, maybe, if you're a fan of Edgar Wright's work, go and see it on the big screen. But if you're not, I think you can wait and watch it at home. And you will, like I said, you're gonna still get a kick out of the visuals, the music, the performances, the London vibe, even though it's not a true representation of London, especially when they go to modern times. We still got the typical Hollywood cliche of London, you know, from black taxis and, you know, red telephone booths that no one actually uses. Everyone's got a mobile phone, but that's for another discussion. But yeah, I still had fun with it. I think people enjoy it, and like I said, it's not that scary, but yeah, there's some creepy moments from time to time. And on that note, I'm going to give this film a 5 out of 10. Good effort for the first half, but you know, as I said, it lets it slip towards the end, and the mystery isn't a great one. So, are you going to watch this movie? Let me know in the comments down below. What's your favourite Edgar Wright movie? What other films you're looking for, especially during the Halloween time that's coming out, you know, that's on our way here now. Thank you guys for watching my video, much appreciated. There'll be another video on the way. Check out my other reviews if you haven't seen them. They're all on this channel, and there's more to come. Guys, remember to like, share, stay blessed, stay geeked. Bye bye.